Wait a moment. Did Mendeecees just reveal something unexpected and shocking? He did, indeed. For months, fans have been curious about the specific events involving Kirk Frost and Jasmine Washington. Was it a staged breakup or secret affair, or was there anything more sinister going on behind the scenes? This isn't what you were hoping for, so prepare yourself. When Mendeecees finally decided to make the facts public, a bigger concern was raised. Is Kirk just a phony? Is he the naive family man he has been pretending to be all along? But what about Jasmine? Does this put Jasmine in a situation she didn't want to be in? Or is she the ultimate money scammer? We will discuss the controversy that has shook the hip-hop and romance industries. What if I revealed to you the truth about Kirk Frost? It would be as terrifying as anything you've ever seen on TV. You might think you now know everything there is to know about Mendeecees because we haven't even talked about his opinions. Once the story is made public, there is no turning back. Hold on tight, people. Have you heard that Mendeecees has finally talked about the tragic split between Kirk Frost and Jasmine Washington? It is what you read, indeed. The kind of split that throws the entire business into a tailspin. Let's take a moment to step back for those of you who might have missed the mayhem that has been going on. This type of scandal is very different. Particularly with the assistance of Kirk Frost, the so-called family guy of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and Jasmine Washington, the former side chick who is now the main chick. It's like an episode of your favorite soap opera set in real life, but the drama is much worse than anything else. All of it seemed so predictable, didn't it? We all thought we knew the tale of the tumultuous relationship between Kirk and Rashida. The fusses, the betrayals, and the public humiliation all took place in front of us. But with all the attention on Kirk's questionable past, one crucial piece of the puzzle has been overlooked. Jasmine Washington. Nobody is talking about her, despite the fact that she is currently appending everything. At first glance, she seemed harmless enough. Rumors concerning her and Kirk, however, are starting to create a stir that none of us could have foreseen when the truth comes to light. Simple rumors of a secret affair quickly turned into something far more sinister, a force powerful enough to wipe out everything they had built together. We are about to discover the true depth of this rabbit hole. But, as usual, things are rarely precisely as they appear. To say that the situation is confusing would be an understatement. Mendeecees is here to explain, so don't worry. He steps in, watching Harris, whose tumultuous background is widely known. His complicated relationship with Yang Dandy Smith and his multiple run-ins with the authorities show that he is definitely no stranger to controversy. As followers of the show know, he is currently coping with another chapter in his turbulent life. Mendeecees has made the decision to come clean about the true events involving Kirk and Jasmine. And when I say that this isn't just a casual comment, I mean it. What he is about to say will make you doubt all you thought you knew about these two. Despite his propensity to stay out of the spotlight, Mendeecees has been hiding crucial information that the public ought to know. For a long time, we all thought Kirk's split from Jasmine was just another chapter in his extensive romantic past. But it's becoming clear that his shocking revelation will radically upend everything we've taken for granted. This is only the beginning. What do the Mendeecees know that we don't yet? Why is he speaking up now? What was the reason behind his prolonged silence? Mendeecees is doing more than just sharing his thoughts. He's here to make an impression, and he's doing it stylishly. Now let's take a closer look at the chronology of Jasmine and Kirk Frost's relationship. I swear, it's a knotted mess. If you're curious about the affair that quickly became public knowledge and turned Kirk into the public's villain, you're in for a journey. Their lives were drastically changed when what started out as an apparently innocuous affair quickly escalated into something far more catastrophic. The story takes an even darker turn once Jasmine delivers birth. Things quickly became out of control, and Kirk's reputation took a serious hit. What began as a minor issue turned into a huge controversy that may undo all of the hard work he had put in. Kirk was on the verge of losing everything. This was not only a bad decision. It was a choice that might have ruined not just his reputation but also his career. Since the media constantly examined Kirk's relationship with Rashida, the accusations of adultery led many to question if he was a good man or if he had been manipulating her all along. Kirk's response to the growing problem was desperate. Instead of accepting responsibility for his mistakes, he tried to deflect criticism by asserting that the whole incident was just a misunderstanding. He was obviously attempting to sidestep the truth in order to attract attention, and his go-to response was the tried and true "I didn't cheat. She's just a fan." The ultimate defense, a way to avoid accountability while presenting himself as the victim of his own choices, was to say, "Maybe I messed up, but you don't understand what I was going through at the time." When that didn't work, he adopted a different strategy. After Kirk's marriage to Rashida ended and his child was born, things took a sharp turn. Jasmine, a woman only trying to make ends meet, was suddenly thrust into the center of a media craze. She became the focus of constant rumors, talked about on all talk shows, analyzed in blogs, and made fun of by internet trolls. Even while it was unclear what her connection with Kirk was about, one thing was certain. Now everyone is looking at her. But this is where it becomes even more interesting. The criticism was not something Jasmine shied away from. Instead, she faced it directly, launching a vicious attack on Rashida and taking revenge on anyone who attempted to critique her. In several interviews, Jasmine came forward to share her side of events. She made it clear that she was sick of being the victim and was prepared to strike back. She was also full of questions. The stereotype of Jasmine as a simpleton has evolved. She had been tricked by a web of lies from a man who was not who he claimed to be. Was she trying to find gold? Was this a complicated plot? The whole thing felt odd, and Kirk's attempt to play the victimized husband didn't set well with anyone. At this time, Mendeecees stepped in, enabling Kirk to avoid the Moe drama without having to face the full consequences of his conduct. Things will become much more chaotic now that Mendeecees is in the spotlight. But before we discuss the chaos he will unleash, let's keep in mind that this was anything but typical. Despite the drama, public disputes, and headlines we have seen, the real story has not yet been told. Did more happen behind the scenes than we are aware of, despite the separation being a public spectacle? Was Kirk and Jasmine's breakup truly as shocking as it seemed, or is there a darker, more intricate plot going on? Stay put because what comes next will have you on the edge of your seat. As the truth starts to surface, it becomes clear that things will only get worse. For Jasmine Washington and Kirk Frost, the slowly developing disaster is abruptly reaching a crescendo. With Mendeecees involved and Harris coming in, things will unavoidably take even more bizarre turns. Prepare yourself because it won't be pretty. First, let's talk about the effects of their separation. Kirk Frost's involvement with scandal should come as no surprise by now, but his relationship with Jasmine has had the biggest impact on him. The consequences are far-reaching and are only now coming to light. The turmoil surrounding Kirk and Jasmine's breakup invigorated more than just Jasmine's online admirers. After the media made the aftermath public, everyone had something to say. The individuals closest to the situation, or the inner circle as we'll call them, revealed that the break was everything but mutual. Despite Kirk's best efforts, his hands didn't appear clean. Despite the lack of a formal declaration, there have been speculations in the love and hip-hop circles that Kirk may have been more involved in the East scandal than initially thought. This was not just a case of a simple oversight. It turned into a full-fledged power struggle. It wasn't your typical "oops, I messed up" cheating story. According to rumors, Kirk tried juggling two quite different lives. One with Jasmine, whom he had been keeping in plain sight, and the other with his wife, Rashida. However, his balancing act was short-lived. Behind closed doors, there were rumors of power struggles, secret deals, and excessive spending that didn't match up. In an effort to conceal his actions, he sent Jasmine expensive gifts, but this just made matters worse by exposing the mess he had created. But don't worry, there will be more fascinating content soon. Kirk wasn't the only one enjoying himself here. Unnamed sources, yes, the people who are always lurking about at the club with their phones out, ready to spill the tea, are releasing new evidence that challenges the presumption that Jasmine was the innocent victim caught up in the chaos. It turns out that Jasmine was more than simply a helpless damsel. She had a strategy, and this was no casual affair. No one realized how deeply involved she was. Listening to those inside paints a whole other picture. The narrative gets increasingly intricate. Rumor has it that Jasmine was more than just a supporting role. She was gathering intelligence. She knew exactly how to use the information she had on Kirk, so she was by no means a helpless pawn. And it may have destroyed his career. People with knowledge of the situation claim that Jasmine had a covert meeting with one of Kirk's former co-workers to talk about ways to break up his business empire. Everyone assumed that this was the case of the naive girl next door. Reliable insiders claim that Kirk was on the verge of firing Jasmine when she began leaking information that may destroy everything he had worked so hard to accomplish. Just when Kirk's predicament seems to be getting worse, Mendeecees breaks in with a shocking confession. Recently, Mendeecees spoke openly about Harris, a man with a contentious past who rose to fame at the ideal moment. Mendeecees' troubled past, which included his notorious drama with Yandy Smith, his challenging relationships, and his run-ins with the authorities, is something we all remember. But now he's diving headfirst into another dangerous situation. Mendeecees is clearly agitated due to the public's growing curiosity about what really happened behind the scenes. A horrible breakup is quickly becoming something far more significant than anyone could have imagined. Mendeecees didn't hold back. He spilt the beans as if the truth had been long overdue. Kirk's actions, in his opinion, went beyond those of an unfaithful husband. According to Mendeecees, Kirk's entire public persona was predicated on inaccurate information about his contacts with Kirk Jasmine and their entire group. Mendeecees claimed that Kirk had used his status as a reality TV personality to masterfully create the appearance of a devoted husband. There was mayhem going on behind closed doors. The real astonishment was what Mendeecees revealed next. It completely shattered the facade Kirk had worked so hard to maintain. The most shocking accusation made by Mendeecees was that Kirk had been using his marriage and reality program to make money. During the interview, Mendeecees hinted at some surprising revelations, suggesting that Kirk had made questionable investments. Unexpectedly, Jasmine might have had a bigger role in the situation's survival than anyone had anticipated. Was she involved in these financial dealings? Did she help Kirk maintain the perfect couple's appearance? These investigations fundamentally changed our understanding of their relationship, forcing us to reevaluate not only their personal dynamic but also how the public responded to the drama surrounding them. When the program supporters learnt about Jasmine's potential involvement, they instantly divided into competing factions. Some thought Mendeecees was just trying to wreak chaos for his own gain, while others thought the long-kept secret was now being revealed. Kirk supporters rushed to his side, claiming that Mendeecees was attacking a guy who had already endured so much. Normally quiet during the drama, Rashida broke her silence with an enigmatic tweet. Fans couldn't tell if it had to do with her split with Kirk or anything darker involving Jasmine. The real questions are still unanswered. Did Jasmine secretly stir things up? Or is she just another victim caught up in this mess? Why did Kirk's marriage fall apart so quickly? Did Jasmine use the situation, or was she merely a piece in a much larger game? How about Mendeecees? In reality, what role does he play in this? Is he exploiting the confusion? Or does he have more information than he is sharing? Given the upcoming bombshells, it is clear that the entire situation is far more complex than we initially thought. The tale is far from over, and the aftermath is only beginning. Now that the scandal, complex relationships, and dark facts of Kirk and Jasmine's breakup have come to light, the aftermath is anything but joyful. The drama has captivated the entire world, and the responses have been nothing short of disastrous. Let's observe how Mendeecees' startling accusations were received by the general public. Fans were divided into opposing groups and each responded in a highly dramatic way as the world witnessed the subsequent tempest. Kirk supporters jumped on the defensive right away, saying Mendeecees was trying to harm Kirk's reputation. But Kirk's followers weren't the only ones who were furious. Mendeecees has already become entangled in other people's drama. He was condemned for everything, from his questionable business methods to his alleged disrespect for his parental duties. After learning about Kirk's extravagant spending habits and secret relationships with Jasmine, federal investigators are now thoroughly investigating his financial issues. It's still unclear why Rashida didn't take action sooner. There are serious consequences involved, and the potential legal fallout is beginning to surface. But Jasmine continues to be a hot topic as well. Everyone is now scrutinizing every move she made. Was she a victim of the situation, or did she play a part in something far darker? Reports indicate that Jasmine would soon be the focus of an inquiry as well. Rumor has it that if Jasmine was involved in anything more than an affair, she may be facing her own legal troubles. The likelihood that Jasmine's alleged 6/5 payment from Kirk during their romance was linked to a secret business transaction raises serious issues about the nature of their connection. This romance could have far-reaching legal ramifications, such as accusations of money laundering and illicit investments that concealed his financial activities. If Jasmine participated in these questionable transactions, there is a very real chance that she will be the subject of an investigation by the authorities. The potential involvement of Mendeecees, Rashida, and possibly other individuals who could become caught in this intricate web of lies and manipulation, however, is the most concerning aspect of the entire situation. This argument might have an impact on hip-hop groups and love in addition to Kirk and Jasmine. Anybody can become a target when lies, money, and power are involved. Furthermore, there might be implications for hip-hop and love in general from this episode. The producers must now consider how long they can ride this wave before it crashes, as they have profited greatly from the upheaval and drama surrounding its stars. Out-of-character conflicts and absurd plots are common in the show. But what if this one gets out of control? As numerous reality TV stars have shown in the past, things can quickly spiral out of control if public opinion turns against you. Kirk Frost can lose both his pay and his position on the show. Even with more attention, Jasmine may respond negatively too much. If the charges against Mendeecees are proven true, his career might be over. Hip-hop and love as we know it may face severe issues if the situation continues to spiral out of control. Legal investigations, potential lawsuits, and even more shocking events will surely add even more fuel to the fire in future episodes of the show. After a few months, when it seemed like everyone's focus was on Kirk, Jasmine, and Mendeecees, something unexpected happens. Other well-known TV characters have started to cause a stir. The question that now arises is if Camila and Yang Dandy Smith are secretly influencing events to suit their own interests. If the outcome of everything depends on these two, don't be surprised. The real question here is who will make it through this controversy. And in its wake, who will be forgotten and left behind. Will reality TV ever be the same without Kirk Frost? Will Jasmine's involvement in this intricate tangle lead to her failure? Would Mendeecees be remembered for fueling a fire that was already on fire? Or will he be seen as an unlikely hero by others? What about her, Rashida? Will she stand by her spouse? Or will this be the decisive moment that ends their romance for good? Is the end of this TV dynasty imminent? Before we end, consider these open questions. Will Kirk and Jasmine face legal repercussions? In your opinion, what lies ahead for Rashida? The scenes with Kirk, Jasmine, and Mendeecees in particular make it appear like you're watching a very dramatic reality TV program. The twists and turns of these kinds of storylines usually keep them engaging. What do you think will happen next? Do you believe there will be additional shocks, or is this all for show? The drama seems to be just getting started, and there are a lot of unanswered issues. Kirk's future and Jasmine's role in all of this. And Mendeecees could make or break everything. If the rumors are true, there could be some serious repercussions due to the possible legal and personal repercussions. Although it's uncertain whether Mendeecees is truly revealing the truth or is just stirring up controversy for his own gain, it's clear that this is a more complicated scenario than we initially thought. What do you think will happen next? Will Kirk's charm be enough to get him out of this situation, or is his TV career coming to an end?